The overall process of cellular respiration converts sugar into ATP using oxygen. Cellular respiration makes ATP by breaking down sugars. Cellular respiration is aerobic, which means it requires oxygen. Aerobic stages take place in the mitochondria. Glycolysis must take place first. This is an anaerobic process, which means it does not require oxygen. It takes place in the cytoplasm. It starts by splitting glucose into two 3-carbon molecules, and it produces two ATP molecules, which are energy for the cell. Here's an overview of what's going on. You have your 6-carbon glucose molecule, and then that creates a little bit of ATP as it is broken down into two 3-carbon molecules. Cellular respiration is like a mirror image of photosynthesis. The Krebs cycle transfers energy to an electron transport chain. This takes place in the mitochondrial matrix. The mitochondrial matrix is the area enclosed by the membrane, the inner membrane, sorry. So if you could think of this as like working a maze, when you work a maze, you stay in between the two boundaries, and that's where this matrix is, in between the two boundaries of the inner membrane. This breaks down 3-carbon molecules from glycolysis. So you remember you ended up with those two 3-carbon molecules like this, and those end up getting broken down even further, which this part makes a small amount of ATP, as you can see here, or in other words, energy again, and it will also release 6 carbon dioxide molecules shown here. Transfers energy carrying molecules. And now we have the electron transport chain. This produces a large amount of ATP. This takes place in the inner membrane, so like in the membrane itself. Energy transferred to electron transport chain. Oxygen enters the process, so you have energy here coming in from glycolysis, and then you have 6 oxygen molecules. Then ATP is produced. Water released as a waste product, so here you're seeing your 6 water molecules. The equation for the overall process is C6H12O6 plus 6,2O, which this is what 6H2O, I'm sorry. This is what was given off from photosynthesis, and that's going to yield or cause to happen. This is what was generally taken in by photosynthesis. So your 6 carbon dioxide molecules, or 6 CO2 plus 6 water molecules, or 6 H2O, plus ATP, which is an energy. So the sun was the energy source in photosynthesis. The ATP is the energy product for cellular respiration. The reactants in photosynthesis are the same as the products of cellular respiration. So you have carbon dioxide and water, also some light energy as your reactants in photosynthesis, or what you start with. What you end up with, or the products, is sugars, more specifically glucose, and oxygen. Cellular respiration, the reactants, or what it starts with, are actually what you had given off in photosynthesis. So sugars or glucose and oxygen start this process. And then after cellular respiration, carbon dioxide is given off, water's given off, and ATP, which is energy.